Hello friends, this is Professor Vivek Parikh taking the lecture on the chapter known as an allotrope of an iron. That means iron-carbon equilibrium diagram. In the previous lectures, as we have already gone through the things like what is the allotrope of an iron, how we can construct the iron-carbon equilibrium diagram, how we can go for the critical reactions which are occurring in an iron-carbon diagram, the solidification of a particular eutectoid steel and hypoeutectoid steel, that also we have gone through the things, and in this particular last lecture we will be going for the last one, that is the hypereutectoid steel. As you can see, this is the iron carbon diagram discussed in the previous lecture also, that this is the simplified iron carbon diagram. And this simplified iron carbon diagram, in that we have omitted the upper portion of the iron carbon diagram to avoid the clumsiness of a particular diagram, so that you can able to perfectly give the information regarding the diagram. That is why we have just skipped or omitted the above portion. By doing or by drawing that particular region also you can draw the diagram, and by omitting this also you can draw the diagram of this thing. Now let us come to the point about the hypereutectoid steel. So hypereutectoid steel is the steel which is ranging from 0.81 to 1.99% of carbon. Because at a 2% there is a limit which 2% comes, or the border limit of the steel and the cast iron. So any steel which is ranging between 0.81 to 1.99 is termed as an hypereutectoid steel. So if in a question you have been given explain the hypereutectoid steel, then you have to take the assumption. Or they can also ask you in a such a way that explain the solidification of a 1.2% carbon. That means 1.2%, 1%, 1.4%, all this particular carbon percentage lies in your hypereutectoid steel. So in this we will be assuming 1.2% carbon, and we will be drawing and we will be giving the information regarding 1.2% carbon line. And now we will be drawing that 1.2% carbon line over here. So what is the solidification states which are occurring in as a hypereutectoid steel? Let us start from the very first one. The first region which falls, that is nothing but the liquid region. The first region which falls, that is the liquid region. So whenever your particular thing is there in a liquid melted form, so its microstructure goes like this, as shown in the other two videos. Its particular microstructure goes like this, 100% liquid. Now next one, whenever you are going for the cooling process, so what will happen, this liquid will start solidifying, and first whatever the phase occurs that comes under this region, that is the second region, which falls under liquid plus gamma region. So the second state which occurs, that is gamma plus liquid. So it is in such a way that your first gamma phase and after that liquid portion. So there is certain liquid still persisted in the particular sample, and austenite has started forming. On further cooling, what will happen? Liquid state will disappear, and now it will be falling in this third region that falls under the gamma state. Now the gamma region, that is austenite, 100% austenite, that is the third one step. Still going forward for the cooling, it will fall under the next region, that is known as the fourth region, which falls under gamma plus Fe3C, that is austenite plus cementite. It will look like cementite. As we have seen that the ferrite is always occurring at the green boundaries. Same way, cementite is always forming in such a way that it will always form a closed network. So you can draw that this particular thing is an austenite region. So austenite region plus cementite network. This is how your thing looks like. Cementite, it is a closed network. And now the fifth portion, it will falls under this area that is known as an alpha plus Fe3C. And this region looks like you have to once again carry forward all the things which you are showing above. That is this particular region. Cementite region. After that, what is alpha plus Fe3C? Perlite. So you have to show the perlite region over here. This way. So there is what we can see. This is alpha. This is Fe3C. And this phase, this particular phase is known as an perlite. And this black area, it is known as an Fe3C network. This is how your fifth portion looks like, that is alpha plus Fe3C looks like. So these are the different microstructures which you are getting while solidification of your hyper-eutectoid steel. So now moving forward, that which are the informations which we can get at 727 degrees Celsius. Let us go for the 727 degrees Celsius temperature. Here we can find it out. First thing, that is at a 1.2, the line on which you are going, suppose take it as an A point. We can find it out cementite and perlite, because this line lies between perlite, cementite. So our second one, B point will be on the perlite, 100% perlite region, and your C point will be on the cementite region. So now by applying a particular lever rule, what we will be seeing, suppose we draw over here, it looks like B, A, C. B will be at 0.8, A will be our point on which we are working, and C will be your cementite thing. Here perlite is there, here Fe3C is there. Now apply the lever rule. Now applying the lever rule goes like this, that is percentage of Fe3C if we want to find it out. Go for the opposite thing, that is AB upon BC multiply by 100. AB, that is nothing but 1.2 minus 0.8 divided by 6.67 minus 0.8 multiplied by 100. That is your Fe3C. It will comes around something 6.81%. Now moving for the percentage of perlite. How we can find it out? Perlite. Perlite is located over here, so its opposite side, that is AC upon BC multiplied by 100. What is AC? AC can be found out 6.67 minus 1.2 divided by 6.67 minus 0.8 multiplied by 100. It will gives you around 93.19%. So this is how we can find it out, the cementite and perlite region. Same thing we can also go for, if you want to find it out cementite and ferrite, then our point will be this D point. So how does this ABCD occurs? That is the D point, A point, B point. Now D point will be 0.025, A point will be 1.2, and your B point, your C point will be 6.67. Here there is a ferrite region, here there is a Fe3C cementite region. This way you can find it out, that is percentage of alpha will be equal to AC upon CD by 100, and percentage of Fe3C will be equal to AD upon CD by 100. Same things will be applied over here when we move on our baseline, that is the room temperature line. That means your X falls over 1.2, Y falls on 6.67, Z falls over here. So X, Y, Z, that means X, Y, Z. This is our perlite, this is our cementite. Here it will be 0.8, 1.2, 6.67. So there will be no change in the composition over here. But still, there will be a change at a room temperature when we want to find it out, the ferrite. So for ferrite and cementite, if we are going, then it will occur as 0.008, X will be 1.2, 6.67. This is ferrite, this is cementite. This is how you can get the information regarding ferrite, cementite and perlite. These three things composition you can find it out with the help of this hyper-eutectoid steel by using the lever rule. So now coming to the conclusion that what we have observed while seeing all these three things. In the first thing, if we go for the hypo-eutectoid steel is 0.8 on the left hand side of the 0.8. We can see there are ferrite present with a perlite. There is a region of a ferrite which is present over a perlite thing. As we move towards 0.8, that is eutectoid steel, all the ferrite will goes away and we can get 100% perlite. We can get 100% perlite. As we move forward on the once again right hand side of 0.8, you can see the cementite network is forming. That means as we move from left to right, from 0.8 to left we go, we can find ferrite region more. But as we move right hand side of the 0.8 mark, you can see the cementite growing on till 6.67. And this is how we can say that these are the different microstructures and the different informations which we can find it out with the help of the hyper-eutectoid steel. Thank you.